Welcome back to Geekshow Arcade.
Beep boop.
Hey!
Yeah.
What a week it was.
That's right.
We had a week?
If you're not listening on Patreon, then you just missed quite the in-between.
That was a good in-between.
I don't know what happened there, but things got heated. There was opinions shared.
Some Lord of the Rings. We had some...
No. That content's for the in-between. Don't even spoil it here. No teaser, no nothing. It was just, it was a lot of content. It was good content.
Well,
it was my favorite content. It was the best content. It was huge.
You're starting to sound like a certain walking pumpkin. All right. This is the Geek Show Arcade, where we talk about video games and video game related things. We need to kick it off though by introducing our panelists. Coming in the corner, it's Owen.
Hey everybody, it's me, Owen. I like this podcast because I'm here and you're here and everybody else. Follow me here. This is where you'll get the best of me. There's no other place because I lurk and I'll get the best of you. Anyway,
it's starting to sound spicy.
Is that a promise?
I can lower my voice to this timbre and be like, "Hey, come on over." Anyway,
Owen, you should start an ASMR channel.
Boom. I can just drop right into this one.
Nope, I muted him. It's getting weird.
Thank you, yeah.
I liked it.
I was freaked out.
I was into it.
That.
Okay, you're back.
Whew, sorry about that.
Snap out of it.
All right, opposite kitty corner, Owen, it's Jaren.
Hi, I'm Jaren. That's it.
All right. Underneath that pile of enthusiasm, it's Lando.
Hey, I'm trying to turn into a walking pumpkin. It's Lando. Find me here. I am the most excited, happiest person on the entire podcast, bringing the most energy and happiness. I'm super excited. And on top of all that, we have a host. His name's Tony.
Hey, check me out on Twitter at QuadT, or X, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Formerly,
no one wants to call it that. That's
Nobody
the thing.
does. That's
No.
it. Nobody does.
It's true. It's true. Or on other Geek Show podcasts. All right. Now, big question. Do we have any emails?
Yep.
Email.
I got to push the button.
Would you like me to read it?
Nope.
I would. Would you please go forth and read the emails?
Do you not know how this works by now?
Of which you have proclaimed that we have.
We got an email from Notling, a.k.a. Twyman.
Hey, Twyman.
He says, "Dear arcade friends and Larry,
Fair.
despite Tony's warnings, I picked up the Sega Genesis Classics game on Xbox
I told him not to.
mainly because my kids are into Sonic the Hedgehog shows at the moment, and I thought they would enjoy playing the original games.
Yeah, kids won't care if the emulation quality isn't very good. Yeah, that's
Can confirm.
It held their interest for about 10 minutes.
No, that sounds about right, too.
Can confirm.
My kids love that old stuff. They play it for hours. And they moved on, but I was determined to get my money's worth and dove into Sonic 2, which I played quite a bit as a kid. I ended up beating the game thanks to the rewind feature that saved me from all the cheap shots that would have sent me starting over in the past and eventually giving up. So my first and only F-bomb was because of Sonic.
That just
means I haven't been trying hard enough on you, Jaren.
I was out for chicken pox in 3rd grade, and everyone was gone, so I just played Sonic 2 the entire week. And man, things got spicy down there.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes on. Fun game and ran well on the Series X. If you can pick it up cheap and enjoy Sonic, I'd recommend it. Speaking of Sonic, I'm curious if any of you played Sonic in your younger years. I just answered that.
Yeah, you did.
If you did, who was your favorite character? And tell us why you chose Dr. Eggman, Tony.
Oh, don't even get me started on Dr. It's not Dr. Eggman. His
It's
name's
Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik, okay? Dr. Eggman stuff is baloney. And I don't know who started it.
Technically, it was originally Dr. Eggman in Japanese.
No, I don't care.
And it was the U.S.
The U.S. said Dr.
localization
Robotnik
that
every
said
time.
Robotnik.
And Dr. Robotnik is a much cooler name than Dr. Eggman.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for all intents and purposes on this podcast, we all call him Dr. Eggman.
No, we call him Dr. Robotnik.
No, I'm firmly in the Robotnik camp.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I played Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, all growing up. Sonic Adventure, and then things went downhill after that.
No, it went downhill at Sonic Adventure.
No, Sonic Adventure was solid, man. When the Dreamcast first came out, oh yeah, it was awesome. You get out of here, okay? You just walk right out of here.
I think this.
I never-
When was the last time you played that game, Jaron? Because I'd be willing to bet that game is like better in your mind than in actuality.
Did you emulate it on your deck?
that's-
Did you put it on
that's
your
not
deck?
false
Your
at all.
Steam Deck?
Yeah, I've played it within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I gave it a good 5 minutes.
I feel like I played some Sonic games, but I never had a Sega. Did they put those in an arcade ever? Did those ever go arcade cabinet?
No,
So
not
If
that
they
I'm aware
did,
of.
it was
I feel
really
like it was like
random.
in the Golden X. Like I feel like
I
you
want
know?
to say I swear I remember seeing some stuff like that at Nickelcade back in the day.
yeah. I
So-
feel like I never played those games growing up. We were a Nintendo house, so
Yeah.
my friends were all Nintendo people, so we didn't have any.
Sega house over here. My favorite character was probably Knuckles because I loved how you could just climb up with Knuckles, and the music at the beginning of Sonic 3 was awesome. I loved the Knuckles music.
yeah, I agree.
I always hated Tails. Stupid Tails.
The problem with Tails was if you were a player 2 and Sonic just started going, he couldn't keep up.
No.
Yeah,
He would always fall back.
it got warped forward.
And go
Well, I
forward.
mean, they were technically the same speed in the game. It's just, the game wasn't set up for 2 players. So,
No.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I only played at your house basically, and I did think the Sonic 2 was my favorite, and I really liked playing as Knuckles as well. When you could take Sonic and Knuckles and then put the game on top of Sonic and Knuckles.
It was
That
cool.
was cool.
Yeah.
It was super cool. Yeah, I played Sonic 2 so much. Just got Supersonic, beat it a billion times. It was fun. Anyway, he ends the email. Keep up the solid work, Lance and friends. Twyman.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Twyman.
that.
All right. Anything else, or is that it?
That's it.
All right. Cool. Okay, I've had a request to start the podcast stories with this one from Owen.
That's the above the fold most important story we have of the whole week.
Seriously.
Can confirm.
Yep. Are you ready? Are
Ready.
we ready?
Please go.
Okay.
Please.
How important? Let's hear about this important story.
Seriously. Okay. Settle in, dear listener. Come here. Get closer.
Settle in.
In February,
The month we're in right now.
we're getting 7 new games in Game Pass. And
Wow,
let me-
these sound like important games. What are they?
seriously, let me give you the rundown. We have PlateUp. That's coming out on the 15th. Man, you can get that's like only 11 days away. That's
what is
only
that game? What's that game
9
about?
days away. That's about plates and stuff.
Why is
And
it
That
it's-
important? Is it
doesn't
popular?
sound right.
People like
yeah.
it?
Yeah, people love it. Like the reviews are off the charts. In fact, I pre-ordered it on Steam. Anyway, I got Train Sim World 4.
Oh, I love trains.
Yeah, but this is
SimWorld
like
4.
Train Sim World 4. Remember all those sim
So
games?
what's
Will you?
hold on, Owen? What's the difference between this game and Train Simulator?
This one has Sims in it.
Oh,
So
okay.
people, Train Sim it's just like a model train.
Someone
You
needs to
build them.
fact check him on that right now.
It's most definitely wrong.
Yeah.
No, we don't need to do any fact checking. Anyway, Madden NFL. That's coming out on the 8th.
8? Madden NFL 8? We're on the 8th one already?
The 8th. It's coming out on the 8th. Jaron, let a guy have a flub, you know? My guy?
What?
A
You have
flub?
what right now?
A flub? A flub?
That's the heart button.
I
Tony.
don't want to hear about your flub, dude. That is
Okay, let's
Not
just
right.
move right along to the next one of these juicy little
just
tidbits.
let a guy have a flub.
A little to the left, just like Jaron. That comes out on the 14th.
Don't make fun of the way he walks.
I'm making fun of a bunch of things in that sentence. Little, left, I don't know.
What is that game about, Owen?
That's a jogging game. And they're like on your left.
On your left.
So
Just a little bit.
we got Return. Did I say Return to Grace? That's a spiritual game. So that one's really deep cut into religion.
This is the
And then
sequel to Bible Blasters.
Yeah, which was a lot like Master Blasters, but just with
Convert the heathens.
exactly with with trumpets and things. And then Tony's favorite, Resident Evil 3 Remake.
I wouldn't call that my favorite.
Shut up,
But
Tony. It's your favorite. So anyway,
You actually skipped the best game out of this all.
oh, what is it? Bloodstained, Ritual
Yeah.
of the Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like. I think that's a coming of age story.
Oh no!
Wow, wow, wee woo.
Is that gonna have to be edited? Sorry, that just Bloodstained,
We're fine.
Ritual
We'll just keep
of
going.
the Night.
We'll just keep
All right.
going.
It's either a coming of age. It's either a coming of age story or a romance game.
You could just stop.
Okay. Anyway,
I have tears.
so that's what I'm saying. Landon, how do you like that for top tier segment of the podcast right there?
I take it all back, Owen.
I know.
You were right. This was high quality entertainment.
high
It was not
qua-
high quality
this-
story,
this
but it was a
top
high quality
shelf.
entertainment.
That was some
Top
above
shelf.
the fold action, that's for
That's
sure.
right. Above the fold. A little peek below the fold, you know.
Coming
But
of age story from Bloodstained.
Okay, all right. On to some other things.
you asked for it. You
I blame
basically
you,
forced me.
Lando. This is your
I did
fault.
not. I did not ask for that.
You basically forced me to do that.
Yep. Okay. So Sony had a state of play last week.
Yeah, let's move right
Yeah,
along.
we can't
I
top
just-
that.
Let's
go
I
right
don't even
along.
know what to say.
Play the music. Roll the credits. Let's go.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it
7.
and that is
7.
the end of
Thanks
today's.
for listening, dear listener.
7 new games. Exciting.
Your
Very
Patreon.
exciting.
Thank you. We're
Oh
just
my
skipping
gosh.
past that part.
Brr, brr. Okay. Cheesy Pete's.
I can't look. I can't look at the show notes anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. Sony State of Play.
Yeah, let's do
It-
that.
Jaren, you're up.
They announced games.
None of it matters.
Nope.
Are they as good as these 7? Go
Yeah.
No, they're not.
in
As-
February.
Train Sim R4.
Xbox fans don't need to worry. Owen saved Xbox.
Single-handedly.
Right there. Those games, I'm telling you. Don't
All
miss
right.
them.
There was a lot of Kojima on Kojima action here.
Wait, what?
Kojima.
Owen, what's Kojima on Kojima action?
Well, it's like
No,
a...
Owen, you're not allowed to explain anything ever again.
Okay.
Yes!
Okay. Okay.
You're done.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I got my 10 seconds. I'm good.
That was
That is
more like
it,
10
sir.
minutes, but okay.
Oh, that's amazing. It's been my new favorite moment in the podcast ever.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Anyway, Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
On the beach.
Was
Is that a
was
coming of age
announced.
story too?
Not this time.
Curious name on the beach. Don't know about that subtitle. But anyway, it was announced coming out in 2025. Graphics look phenomenal. The story looks completely bonkers.
That's classic Kojima.
Yeah.
High
Inscrutable.
quality.
They're using the Decima engine again, which is what they made the first Death Stranding with, as well as the Horizon games, Forbidden West, and whatever the first one was called. Why can't I remember the name of the first one? Zero Dawn. So
Yeah, I tried playing Death Stranding. I tried a
gonna-
lot.
I'm going to give it another shot because I just want to know what's going on for Death Stranding 2.
It looks cool, kind of.
I'm a sucker for Kojima.
I'm-
The Metal Gear
I'm
Solid
not a-
games are some of my favorite games ever.
I'm not a Kojima guy, personally.
I wish we could have heard, Owen's definition of Kojima.
It was
Nope.
going to be it's gone.
And if you thought you had enough Kojima, there's even more Kojima. He pre-announced a game that isn't even going to be in production for a while because he's still working on Death Stranding 2,
Yeah.
called Fizzant. It's going to be a next-generation action espionage game.
So
So get Tony a pillow.
that's what we need right there.
So, and that's kind of his MO, right? Like he likes to announce a game that he's just like, "Hey, by the way, didn't he do that with the last one? Like where he's like, "Hey, I'm working on the project."
Kind of.
And all the Kojima fanboys are just happy
Yeah.
about that, Tony.
Yeah, that's usually how it works, and he usually announces them at least a year early. But this one, he hasn't even started production on it yet. You know,
Yeah,
I
and
bet this game is. I would bet you this next game
2030.
he's talking about is at least 4 years out. I would bet.
Dude, so much more than that.
You
2030.
think so?
Yeah, because Death Stranding 2 doesn't come out until 2025, which would
get-
probably be delayed to 2026.
Do we get
maybe.
more Norman Reedus in
Yeah.
Death?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same cast and everything.
All
so-
right, all right, all right.
Plenty of the Reedus. So with Fizzant, what was that? When they were done announcing it, they zoomed out and there was a big Columbia Pictures studio with Fizzant underneath it, implying that there's going to be like a movie tie-in. Perhaps we don't really know. As with anything of Kojima, it's inscrutable, and we have no idea what's going on.
Can't wait. Action
people like
espionage.
you.
Action espionage is the Metal Gear stuff. That was a tactical espionage action game, and so if he's going back into that, and even though probably I guarantee it won't be called Metal Gear because Konami owns the Metal Gear IP. I'm just glad to see I'm going to get some more Metal Gear like games.
Adjacent
Yep,
Wood Gear,
wood gear,
titanium
yes.
gear.
ceramic
Stone.
gear.
Stone Gear Solid.
Aluminium gear.
That's a
Nailed
metal.
it. Stellar Blade, which used to be known as Project Eve, it was announced. Expected this year. It's made by a Korean developer, Shift Up. It's an action game that kind of looks like Bayonetta to me.
Yeah, it's got some Bayonetta vibes for sure.
And definitely on the character model side as well. It's got major Bayonetta vibes. If you know what I
It
mean.
looks like it was designed by a 14-year-old boy that loves
Yes.
anime.
It does. It looks exactly that.
It's like, all right, well, I'm. You know what? This is that's
It's
something.
like it's like we went back 10, 20 years in game
Yeah.
design.
Yeah, and they're making sure they showed off many different suits that she's gonna wear. Some of which are far more revealing than others.
A lot of transparent fabric for whatever
Yep.
reason.
Yep, and they got jiggle physics, and so I mean, you know,
My
it's
new
got all the
waifu.
hallmarks of everything
Waifu.
that will fit right in on
Yeah,
Steam if it
yeah.
ever comes to PC.
Anyway, it was originally expected in 2023. It comes out April 26th. This one perked my interest. Sonic.
Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is that ugly
From-
Sonic? Sonic?
Yeah,
It's
Sonic.
no, it's just from Boston. Sonic.
Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic X Shadow Generations. So this is similar to the Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury thing, I think, where it's a re-release of Sonic Generations, but they're adding more to it. They weren't very forthcoming on what they're adding to it at this point, but Sonic is in it. Shadow is in it. It's improved graphics from Sonic Generations, which is an excellent Sonic game, by the way. I've played through probably half of it, maybe 3/4. It's one of the good Sonic games from the last 20 years. So, come out this fall on PlayStation. They haven't announced other consoles, as far as I know.
You know
But
that
I
Sonic is a
assume-
real thing, right?
Is it really?
Wait, what?
Yeah, Sonic's it was a meme for quite a while. Right here, Sonic.
Oh, there we go.
Do you
I
remember
wasn't-
this? You remember this
That's
drawing
right.
making the rounds a few years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic
I wasn't
Hedgehog.
too far off then.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Dave the Diver, Godzilla crossover thing, whatever. Zenless Zone Zero. It's a Genshin Impact developer. It's coming to PS5 and stuff from Konami, which is interesting.
Because they haven't put out a video game in a while, except for Winning 11 Soccer, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Ever since
Kojima left,
ever since Kojima left, Konami's been a shell of their former selves.
Mm-hmm.
But they announced Silent Hill: The Short Message, which is a free experience, not a
Yeah.
full on. It's like a short game, but it's out now, which is cool. Like, how are they making money on this?
I think they're
and
just
then
trying to drum up interest for the Silent Hill 2 remake that they announced.
I think there would have been interest in that regardless, though.
True. You're right.
And then they showed Silent Hill 2 remake, made by Bloober Team.
Which they have a good track record for horror
They do.
games, by the way.
And strangely, they focused a lot on the action of it, which really wasn't Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, but it needed it. I played through Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2, and I wanted to be able to fight more things instead of just run away. And so now I can.
Yeah, okay. Judas was I guess, further shown. This is the Ken Levine game who made the BioShock series. It looks very BioShocky, which is 100% fine with me. I love the BioShock games.
Those games still hold up too, like
go
to play. Like I got into one of them, and I think it was the third BioShock 3.
I love
BioShock
Infinite.
Yeah, it's really good still. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't play it when it came out, but I got into it a little bit recently, and I'm like, hey, it's not bad.
Really cool games. Yeah.
Until Dawn Remastered, which is interesting. I don't think it needs to be remastered. Didn't come out on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it came out on PS4 like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And it still looks really good, but the reason they're remastering this is because they're also doing a movie. So,
are they?
Yeah. Until Dawn is getting a movie.
They're changing game engines, which is also weird.
Yeah.
Rise of the Ronin from developer Team Ninja, who made Wolong Fallen Dynasty and Neo. The graphics looked last gen, honestly, but
They did a little bit, but I like the
looks cool
concept
enough.
of the game. It looked fun.
Yep. And my two favorites, Dragon's Dogma 2.
Very interesting looking.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I played a little bit of Dragon's Dogma 1. This one looks much more interesting.
Yeah, agreed.
Something just about the gameplay Dragon's Dogma. That's hard to say. One just didn't click with me. And then Metro Awakening. This is the most interesting in my opinion. This is a VR game in the Metro universe. It looks very Half-Life Alyx-y, which is an extremely good thing. It's coming out on PSVR 2 as well as Steam. So this isn't made by what's Deep Silver? Is that the original
Deep Silver
developer
was
game?
the publisher. The developers of the Metro games
Vertigo Games, who made
No, that's
Arizona. Oh,
that's who's doing the VR thing.
yeah.
Keep going and I'll remember.
Anyway, Vertigo Games is doing Metro Awakening. They made Arizona Sunshine 1 and 2, which were solid enough games for VR. I wouldn't call them like a full game experience akin to Half-Life Alyx.
It's 4A. Let me look.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right. But the way it
4A.
looks, it
4A
looks
games.
solid. I'm excited to see what that is like.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, though, the Metro Awakening game isn't being developed on 4A's game engine, which is weird because 4A has a fantastic game engine that they rolled out for Exodus.
Probably doesn't support
iterated
VR
on.
though.
But that's probably what happened. I believe it is being developed on Unreal Engine 5. So,
yeah, they probably have to do additional work to get it working with VR.
Yeah.
So, good things to look forward to. I think the Xbox showcase was stronger than this, but a lot of people disagree. If you're a Kojima fan, then yeah, I'd understand why this is exciting. But as a not Kojima fan,
Well, see, for me, even not counting my Kojima fanness, I kind of liked the PlayStation one better just because it showed off more games. This went more for breadth of games, and Xbox was more for depth of fewer
I liked
games.
the depth.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think one was much better than the other. I liked them both quite a bit. But yeah, good stuff to look forward to. Very exciting. Okay, this is interesting. Both of the stories that I brought are kind of downers. But we'll start with the more interesting of the downers. And we've got more news about what all happened at the day before devs. That whole travesty of a video game that they put out, and then closed their doors like 4 weeks later, went out of business, etc., etc. So there's a documentary right now from German games site Game 2, and you can watch that documentary on YouTube. It is in German, though, so you have to read the subtitles. But there's an article here from PC Gamer that kind of gave you the highlights a little bit of what went on there over at Fantastic, the company that made The Day Before. And basically, it's a lot of what we talked about, except much worse than, like, to a greater degree. They basically just kind of treated their employees really poorly with a whole lot of mandatory crunch, and a lot of them were, quote, volunteers, end quote, meaning they weren't actually getting paid even. And
Wow.
to make matters worse, the two founders or heads of the studio would change what they wanted out of the game from day to day based on what they played the night before in other games. So you have a thing right here that says sources allege that the game's character creator had to be overhauled multiple times to keep up with GTA Online, then Hogwarts Legacy, then Baldur's Gate 3. So
Sounds like an episode of Mythic Quest.
yeah, do more of this. No, I played this last night. Do more of this one. You know,
Put the shovel in. Put the shovel in.
Yeah, put the shovel in. What's the TTP? So it also says, while the game's setting, a smoky, oppressive city, had to be dramatically altered to become brighter and friendlier after one of the brothers played Spider-Man 2. So they would just come in and be like, do this differently. Do this differently. Oh, yesterday, forget about yesterday. Develop it in this way.
No vision. No defined vision there. Just
No, none whatsoever. One guy, one of their voluntary, quote, voluntary, unpaid workers, said at one point they, quote, found themselves begging for a few hours break just to find time for shower or a meal, end quote.
Wow.
It's like, because a lot of the workers came from countries around where it was developed, which are former USSR countries, Kazakhstan, Armenia, things like that.
Taking advantage of people.
Exactly. They were taking advantage of them. And so, anyway, these brothers, the Gotovstevs.
Yeah, probably like, hey, look, you play your cards right. This is great for your portfolio.
Exactly. Great for your portfolio.
This is great for your portfolio. Yeah.
This one's crazy. One claim, backed up by several of Game 2 sources, say that employees were made to pay fines to the company for turning in substandard work.
Wow.
With some reportedly forced to pay $1,930 for poor quality voice recordings.
Holy cow.
Yep. Others were kept on their toes by a company policy of spontaneous termination. One of the day before's 5 testers was apparently fired from the company just before release after one of the Gotovstev's brothers encountered a bug. Wow. Anyway, yeah, so it was a total crap show over there.
Yeah.
And,
So obviously they didn't play it too much if they only encountered a bug.
the one bug, yeah. So anyway, and nobody really knows where those two brothers are now. They just kind of disappeared after the
money and ran.
Failed. You know, they went a few weeks without even contacting the team after the game released, and when they contacted the team next, it was basically to tell them we're shutting our doors.
Yeah, we're not paying rent anymore, so get out.
Yeah,
take as much copper wire out of the wall as you can,
as you want.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, crazy stuff.
That's crazy.
That story just keeps getting worse and worse for what's going on there. All right, let's see. Let's talk about Xbox's big rumor mill going, and people are freaking out about it.
Yeah. Rumors been flying out that Microsoft isn't going to be exclusive to Xbox anymore, which is kind of what was implied during the whole Activision purchasing process, right? But rumors about Starfield going to PS5, Indiana Jones going to the PS5.
No!
Yeah.
These are Xbox exclusives?
I am enraged.
I can't believe you.
There was an article on Kotaku about the Church of Xbox apocalypse. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, but a lot of people are mad. On the one hand, they paid $500 to get a Series X because they knew that Starfield was coming and other game like Halo and stuff like that. But as I saw it on Twitter, someone said, if I had to pay $500 to get a box that could play Spider-Man 2 and Starfield and Halo or Horizon Forbidden West or whatever, that's the box I would have chosen.
Yeah, but
So they're
I don't
mad
know.
that they didn't know beforehand.
Yeah,
they were
that's basically
they're like,
it,
hey,
yeah.
I would have bought a PS5 if I'd known you was gonna do this.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Well, sour grapes.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer's come out and said, "We hear you. We're going to divulge. We've been planning a business update event for next week, which is next week from time of this recording, where we look forward to sharing more details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. Stay tuned."
And one of the things he said is that they want to have all their games on multiple platforms. They've said that. You know,
Well, they
Right.
never said all their
What's-
games, but they did say they want to publish on all platforms.
Yeah, publish on all platforms. Yeah, that doesn't say. I mean, if that's the case, doesn't that undercut their
No, not at
console?
all.
Like, doesn't that
because-
undercut the reason to
no
have
way.
to
You
buy a
make more.
console?
You make more money on the software than you do on the hardware.
That's what I'm
You
saying. Like, do they
do,
need to
but
make another console at this
Will
point?
people even want to buy an Xbox?
Right.
Absolutely. The alluring piece of the pie there is that if you buy an Xbox, you can just hook it up on your TV and play your games.
You're in the ecosystem.
You're
right?
in the ecosystem. I can almost guarantee you that at least for the foreseeable future, Game Pass is only going to be on Xbox and PC. You're
Or
not going
cloud
to see
streaming.
Yeah, you're not going to be seeing that on PlayStation or whatever. So if
Or
you
maybe
want if you want a Netflix style gaming experience, you buy an Xbox, you hook it up,
Yeah.
and you sign up for Game Pass.
Well, and I don't know. Maybe they're going to put maybe publishing on other platforms is them putting xCloud. Allowing xCloud to go out to those platforms as another launcher. And
Maybe.
you're still playing on Xbox hardware, just remotely.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns. They haven't
This has really brought out the toxic fandom
what
in the online discourse, of course.
toxicity online with
Yeah.
gamers.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
It turns out any fandom can be toxic, not just Star Wars. So there you go.
That's just the most toxic.
Yeah, and one of the
and
things
DC fans don't get.
you know,
don't get
do
me
you
wrong.
guys, and do you know what kind of sparked this whole thing? Was a job posting on Twitter where they said we're looking for a developer to help us in the future to develop on all platforms, and like you were saying. So it's like, I don't know.
What would make sense to me is transplanting Sony's strategy with the PC to Xbox and PS5. So like Xbox fans can have all of the exclusives 1 or 2 years before PS5.
Yes,
I think that would make sense.
I think that's the logical way to do it for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says the tweet here says they're looking new 343 Industries job listing, lead game system designer. Set clear design goals and deliverables, focusing the systems design team on achieving a high quality, cohesive experience for all players on all platforms. And the person, obviously, the internet read that as all platforms, but that could just be within Microsoft's Eco Center. Whether that's PC, console, or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah,
They
we'll
took
see.
that and ran with it.
What's
we'll learn more
funny-
next week.
What's funny is nobody seems to care that everything is on PC now.
I know. I was gonna
I
say,
know.
like, we're already in this situation where almost everything is available on PC, albeit sometimes a few years later, but
Yeah.
still, it's there.
Yeah.
And
The
that's
fanboys don't care for some reason.
PC's its own thing. That's fine. Let them do whatever they want over there in PC world, as long as my Xbox has my Xbox games and my PlayStation has my PlayStation games. So.
Yep.
All right, I think we're going to end with a game to play.
I
that
get to do a thing.
Lando
I'm so
has
excited. I'm gonna bring up my.
created.
I'm gonna
for
share
us.
my screen. So what this is, while I'm figuring out what I'm doing.
More
here.
energy.
What?
More energy. I want you to come out of the same energy I started this podcast with.
I can't do that. You drained it out of me. I laughed so hard, Owen. It's just gone. I'm tired now. I'm going to go take a nap.
Oh.
So what this is I want you guys to try and figure out, according to IGN, what are the top 10 Nintendo 64 games. This is the tagline from the top 10 list from IGN. Here are the N64 games that have left the biggest mark, not just on our lives, but on the industry as a whole. What are they?
007, that's my guess.
Super Mario 64 is the number
So
one.
we're going to start one at a time. One at a time.
I agree with Tony. Super Mario 64.
Super Mario 64
Oh,
comes
and
in.
64. Was
Number
it
two.
GoldenEye? Was
Number
GoldenEye?
2, really, because it was going to be that or GoldenEye was going to be my number one. I went
GoldenEye
Mario.
comes in at number 15.
15.
First person
Not in the
shoot
top 10.
the creator
grand-
of first
the
person.
I'll give you a hint. There is a
yeah.
first-person shooter in the top 10.
Ocarina of Time?
Number one.
Really? Ocarina
No.
of Time is number one.
Yep.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I also don't know if I disagree with that. So somewhere in the middle. I mean, okay. I just thought it'd be Mario. I thought Mario was more influential.
Turok.
I wish.
Yeah, not on the list.
Oh, come
Turok
on.
is
man.
classic, man, classic. Let's see. Top N64 games.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers has got.
Super Smash Brothers comes in at number 8.
There we
8.
go. Top 10.
Oh, that was
baby.
the best one of them all.
It was so good. Mario
Yeah.
Kart 64.
Not in the top 10. It is at number 18.
Boo. Okay then. Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie
No.
comes in at number 4.
What?
Ah, dude, everyone
That
loves
game wasn't
Banjo.
memorable at all.
Everyone
No.
loves Banjo.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. Banjo Koozie.
Banjo Koozie.
I'm
And he's
sticking with
leaving
it.
All right.
So the only other I didn't play it. I guess I didn't play it. What about Star Fox or
No.
is there another flying game?
Star Fox 64 coming in at number 6.
Really?
Star Fox got on the list.
I
Think
would
about why.
do a ba-
Think about
do a-
why. Star Fox was the big game for the Rumble Pack.
Polygons, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Rumble Pack.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if
I
Star
bought the-
Fox if Star Fox is on the list, Rogue Squadron has to be on the list.
Rogue Squadron number 10.
There we go.
Oh, that was a good game.
great game.
Perfect Dark?
Perfect Dark coming in at number 5. That's the first person.
Okay.
That is
okay.
surprising. I would have put GoldenEye above that.
I would
Above
have
Perfect
too.
Dark, yeah.
Yep.
Perfect Dark was the better game.
It was. It was. You're
We're all
right.
nostalgia for GoldenEye, but Perfect Dark was the better game.
Agreed. I thought it would have won for the nostalgia.
You guys are
though.
doing pretty good. We got 3 more.
Wave Race?
Wave Race 64 coming in at number 9.
Oh yeah. That was a huge game at the
That
time.
was a big game.
That was one of the ones where you showed it to people at the time, and you're like,
like,
"Oh my gosh, look at
wow.
those water physics and everything." You know, look
Yeah.
at the waves and Wave Race.
Jet Moto was my preferred game, similar to that though.
Yeah,
On
but Jet Moto,
PlayStation. It was
Jet
so
Moto,
good.
you rode above the waves on a.
Right.
You know, it wasn't as interactive. I guess is what I'm saying. 2 more to go.
2 more to go. You guys are doing pretty well. I'm pretty impressed.
Donkey Kong 64 is
Not-
that making the list?
Donkey Kong 64 is not on the list.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me too much, actually, but I thought I'd throw it out there because it was the big one for the expansion pack.
Good thought, though.
What about F-Zero? Was that on the list?
F-Zero's
I
on the
did-
list at
I
number
did like-
16.
Ooh,
Pilot?
I did like that game.
Pilot Wings?
No.
That is my biggest disappointment. It is not on their top 25 list.
Pilot
But it
Wings.
should be,
Really?
in my opinion.
You think so?
I think at the time it was a pretty game-changing game.
Yeah, because there was only 2 games available on the N64 at the time. Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wings.
That was it.
That's a fair point, Tony. That's a fair point.
I think it was like 6 months. The first 6 months of the N64 when it was out, there was only those
There was
2 games
nothing.
available.
Yeah, Mario and Pilot Wings.
Pilot Wings, yeah.
Boy, were
Let's
they
tell
good
you-
games, though.
So I bought the SNES Mini to get that Star Fox 2.
It wasn't
Game.
good.
It was not good.
There's a reason
I
I
don't-
didn't finish.
Yeah, it was like nah. Ugh.
You guys can do this. 3 and 7.
Um,
I believe in you.
Okay.
going through all the different You know what would be awesome? I know it's not on the list, but Resident Evil 2 should be on the list
Yeah, that was an
Oh.
amazing port.
because of just the fact they made it work on an
Yep.
N64.
Doom 64.
Not on the list.
Oh, that's too bad. That's a great game.
Yeah.
It's a completely original Doom
So
game.
I'll give you a hint. A game that you're missing in the top 10 is a Mario game.
Mario
It is?
Party?
No, Mario Party is on
Oh,
at Mario Party 3 is at number 14.
How about Paper Mario?
Paper Mario's at number 7.
Okay, yeah. That was the spiritual successor to Super Mario RPG.
Was it
Okay.
really?
I got number 3. If James was here, he would have had it by now.
Oh, if James is here?
Pikmin?
No, Pikmin wasn't
Nope.
until the GameCube.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Ogre Battle 64.
Ogre
He loves
Batters.
that game. Ogre Battle 64.
I don't know what that is, but that's not the one. That's not James's favorite game. I can tell you that right now.
I said he loves it. I didn't say it's his favorite. James's favorite game is RimWorld.
I thought his favorite game was a Zelda game. We talked about this before on our list.
No way is it Majora's Mask. Get out of
Majora's
here.
Mask.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
because
That
he
game's-
said, because he
that game's
he was
dookie.
remember that we had a big old, he had
Yeah.
a big old thing about this.
Yep.
I can't stand that game.
Some other games that are on the list
So
farther
mad.
down. Number 11 is Pokemon Puzzle League. Number 12 is Mario Golf. 13 is Ogre Battle.
Yeah. Oh,
Missed
see?
that in the list. Sorry about that, Tony. 14 Mario Party 3. 15 GoldenEye. 16 F-Zero. 17 Diddy Kong Racing. I remember
See,
that game. One of my favorites for the
that's-
64.
That's bullcrap that Diddy Kong Racing is on there above Mario Kart.
18
Get
is
outta
Mario
here with
Kart.
That.
Yeah,
trash.
get out of here with that.
Get out of here.
I agree with that. I think
Yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing was the better kart racer for the 64.
It was interesting because you got to race different vehicles.
Mario Kart 64
But-
wasn't that great.
It's not. Have you played it? It holds up okay, but it's
Yeah.
not the best Mario Kart.
Double Dash on GameCube, that's when it started to get
You
good.
can't it double dash though. That was
Double
not
Dash
even
was
around
so
at the
good.
time. Like
Yep.
the difference
Number-
between SNES Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64 is huge.
Yeah, it just something
Sure.
feels off with how it controls.
But
though.
Diddy Kong was better.
All right.
Number 19, WWF No Mercy. Number 20,
Oh, really?
1080 Snowboarding.
Oh, 1080.
That game
I
was
forgot
pretty
about-
awesome.
Yeah, I forgot about 1080 snowboarding.
21, Beetle Adventure Racing.
A surprisingly underrated
Agreed.
racing game.
Agreed. 22, Space Station Silicon Valley. I don't know what that one is. That's the one on the list that I didn't know what it was.
Station Silicon Valley?
By DMA Design.
I've never even heard of that one.
Neither have I. 23 is Blast Corps.
Okay, yeah.
I had that game. Loved that game. 24, Pokemon Stadium 2. And 25, Banjo-Tooie.
Banjo-Tooie.
Anyway.
Oh, Space Station Silicon Valley. I recognize the box art. Okay. I have no idea what it was about, but I remember looking at the box art going, that looks dumb. When I was little.
No.
Apparently, it was really good. So,
Anyway.
there you
Who
go.
made
There's a
this
fun
list?
little blast.
I think good is subjective.
IGN made this list, Owen. so-
Somebody at IGN made this list, which means it's subjective.
It is, but it's interesting. And it was fun to have a little blast from the past, was it not?
It was.
On the box art for Space Station Silicon Valley, it says, in the year 3000, there are no petting zoos.
And you're like, no. Okay.
What?
Sold.
What? So,
No thanks.
all right. Well, there you go. That wraps it up for today.
It was fun.
Yeah,
Good
that was a
time.
good game. Good game. GG's. Before we head out, though, big shout out to our awesome Patreon backers, patreon.com/helpdeskarcade. And if you donate $6 a month or more, you get a shout out on the air, which Jaron has for us right now.
Thank you to David Broshinsky, Connor Keesaw, and Wiffleball Tony. Thanks to Charlie Holmes. It's the In-Between. Andy Bird, B the 8-year-old, Travis Johnson, buy Geekshow Arcade Help Desk stickers at Pieman Graphics on Etsy. All proceeds go to Lee George Cade's medical bills. Jeremy, no name, no color. Keslow, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz, Owen has tech cred -3.
Yash 3. Got it.
Matt Nelson, Harry Patch, -3. Adam, Aaron Faulkner, Stuart Lloyd, I can get you a toe. Ryan M. and Adam Hecht.
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. That's it for this week. Thanks for making it to the end, dear listener. Thanks for downloading us. Spread the good word of Geek Show Arcade to your friends. See if they enjoy it. They might. You never know. Just tell them. That's it. Till next week. Owen, take us out.
Hey, we hope you care.